To achieve big in life, you have to dream big. Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes for Mathematics. This is your host Jatin. Today, we are going to discuss about the values of t ratios for some specific angles. Some specific angles which includes 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Quite easy to remember. Let's see how we can do, right? So, I told you 5 angles, 0, 30, 60, this is 45, 60 degree and 90 degree. Out of the 6 t ratios, you have to remember only the value for the first one. How to find the value for the first one. The remaining can be found using the first ratio only, right? So it's quite simple. Right here, this is basically the angle theta, and here I write sine theta, right? Now, for the first one, it means basically sine 0 degree. How we can find the value? See, I am writing here root 0, root 1, root 2, root 3, root 4. This is the thing you have to remember. Root 0, root 1, root 2, root 3, root 4, or you can say square root of 0, square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4. But these are not the values. What next you have to do? You have to divide all of these square roots by 2. Now, the next step is to simplify. If we talk about square root of 0, that's 0. So 0 by 2, we get the value as 0, right? Now, root 1 is 1, square root of 1 is 1. It means this is equal to 1 by 2. Now, if you simplify this thing, then 2 in the denominator can also be written as square of root 2. Square of 2. Something 2 can be written as this thing. So if I have this thing in the numerator, what I can do, I can cancel out, and what I am left with is 1 by square root of 2. So this thing can be written as 1 by square root of 2. Right? Now for 60 degree, there is no change because we cannot simplify this thing. But when we talk about sine 90, square root of 4 is 2 and 2 by 2 is 1. So this is the way you can find the value for the ratio sine for these 5 specific angles, namely 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. You need to remember only the counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do the square root of all these numbers and divide by 2. And what you will get? You will get the value of sine for the different angles. Now come to the next one. The next ratio. That is cos theta. As I said, you need to remember only the first one. How we can find the values for the first one. The remaining can be found using this only. Right? Now how we can do it? Now for cos theta, we write the value of sin theta only, but in the reverse order. Like for cos 0, we write this value in the reverse order. Then for cos 30, we write this value. This remains same. For cos 60, this value will come here, that is 1 by 2. And for cos 90, the value of sin 0 will come, that is 0. Right? So, for sin theta, it was square root of 0 by 2, square root of 1 by 2, square root of 2 by 2, square root of 3 by 2, square root of 4 by 2. From that, we found the value of sine ratio. For cos theta, we just write these values from the back in the reverse order. Right? So that is 1, square root of 3 by 2, 1 by square root of 2, 1 by 2 and 0. Now comes to the third one, that is the tan theta. Now we know in the previous lecture we have discussed that tan theta, that is tangent theta, is basically a ratio of these two ratios. That is, tan theta is sin theta upon cos theta. So if we divide sin theta upon cos theta for the various angles, we can get the value for the tan theta. Now we know if I put 0 degree here, tan 0 degree, it will be equal to sin 0 upon cos 0. Sin 0 is 0, this means 0 by 1, that gets me 0. Right? If I go to the next one, that is tan 30. If I divide these two, I get the value as square root of 3. Sorry. I get the value as 1 upon square root of 3. Sorry? So you divide these two, you get 1 upon square root of 3. If you divide these two, you get 1. Now again, if you divide these two, this is root 3 and then we write it as not defined. Why we write not defined? Because this is 1 divided by 0 and we know we cannot divide any number by 0, right? So that is why we written not defined. Now these were the three main t ratios. The other three t ratios are the reciprocals of these three t ratios. So quite easy to remember, just do the reciprocal of these values. So I start with the cot theta. The reciprocal of 0 will be 1 by 0 and 1 by 0 will means not defined. So I write here not defined. Thus the reciprocal of 1 by root 3 will be root 3. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of root 3 is 1 upon root 3. And since this was 1 by 0, the reciprocal becomes 0. Or you can say cot theta is cos upon sine. So cos upon sine means cos 90 upon sine 90, that is 0 by 1, we get the value as 0. Now other way to write the value of cot is, you can just start from the backward for the tan values. If you see, the last value for the tan was not defined, that is the first value of cot. Second last was root 3, here the second is root 3. This is same, then this and then this. Right? So that is the other way. Or cot theta can be written as cos upon sine. So there are three ways by which you can write the value of cot theta. Next we talk about secant theta, or in short we call it as sec theta. Right? Now for the sec theta, how we do? That is the reciprocal of cos theta. So reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of this becomes 2 upon root 3. Reciprocal of this becomes root 2. Reciprocal of this is 2. And if I talk about the reciprocal of 0, that will be 1 by 0, again not defined. Right? Now the next one is cosec theta. What we have to do? We have to just make the reciprocals for the values of sine theta. Now the first value is 0. So reciprocal of 0 is 1 by 0, that is not defined. Then this is 2. The reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. Reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. Reciprocal of root 3 by 2 is 2 upon root 3. And reciprocal of 1 is 1. Right? Now from here you can see one thing, that the value of sine and cos always remains between 0 and 1. It is never less than 0 and more than 1 for the angles between the angles 0 to 90. In same way, if we talk about the value of tan theta, it ranges from 0 to, you can say, infinite. In same way, cot is from infinite to 0, secant theta is from 1, the value of secant theta cannot be less than 1, and same, the value of cosec theta cannot be less than 1, right? Now using these values, we can do some questions. Let's do some questions from the exercise 8.2 of NCERT textbook, right? So let's start with the questions. Exercise 8.2, question number 1, part 1 is given as sin 60 degree, cos 30 degree, plus sin 30, cos 60 degree. Right? So what you can do, simply put the values. Sin 60 is square root of 3 upon 2 multiplied by the value of cos 30, that is again root 3 upon 2, plus sin 30 is 1 upon 2 and the value of cos 30 is 1 by 2. If you multiply these two, I get the values as 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4, and when I add these two, I get it as 1. Now, this question can also be done in another way. There is an identity which will be coming in the higher classes, and that identity is basically somewhat like this. If we have this sin A cos B plus sin B cos A, this A and B are basically the angles. Then you can write this thing as equal to sin A plus B. This is one of the identities which will be coming in the higher classes. I'm just explaining, I'm just telling you, you can apply this also if you try to remember. If you don't try to remember, you're not able to remember, then you can do directly also. Now, if I apply this value, this identity here, what I get here basically, the two angles are 60 and 30. So this thing can be changed to sine of 60 plus 30. And 60 plus 30 is 90. And that is equal to 1. So that is the another way of doing it, this question, right? Now let's go to the next second part of this question. In the second part is given 2 tan square 45 plus cos square 30 minus sin square 60. So let's put the values. This is 2 times, now the value of tan 45 is 1, so this is 1 square plus the value of cos 30 is 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2 whole square, minus the value of sin 60 is, this is root 3 upon 2, and this is also root 3 upon 2 whole square. Since the values are same, we can cancel it out. So what I am left with is 2 into 1, 2 times 1, that is equal to 2. So that is the solution for the second part. Let's go to the third part now. This is cos 45 upon secant 30 plus cosec 30. Now, the value of cos 45 is basically 1 by root 2. That is 1 upon square root of 2. If we talk about the value of secant 30, now cos 30 is basically root 3 by 2, and we can do the reciprocal. So that is 2 by square root of 3 plus cosec 30. If we talk about sin 30, that is 1 by 2, so cosec 30 will be 2. Now what is the next step? To simplify this, we can write this thing in another way. I can write it as 1 upon root 2. This thing, and since this is a divide, I put a divide sign here, and now this makes it easy to solve actually, right? There can be confusion with some of the students how to when the numerator and the denominator both are fractions for fraction. If the numerator and denominator both are in fraction, then it becomes a little bit difficult to simplify for some students. So they can write this way and then simplify. Now we apply the rule. Odd bars, simplify the bracket first. So this is LCM is root 3, so this is 2 plus 2 root 3, something like this. Now what is the next thing? When we simplify, this divide becomes multiply, and when we do the reciprocal of the term coming just next to it. So this is 2 plus 2 root 3, right? Now when we multiply, this is square root of 3 upon, if I multiply this becomes 2 root 2 plus 2 root 6. Just rearrange the terms, writing the higher term first and the smaller term afterwards. Now what we have to do? We have to rationalize it. So when I rationalize, I multiply this thing by 2 root 6 minus 2 root 2, that is the conjugate of this value. Now in the numerator, I have, this is 2 root 18 minus 2 root 6 upon, in the denominator it becomes square of 2 root 6 minus square of 2 root 2. Now this 18 can be factorized, it can be written as 3 root 2. So overall this value becomes 6 root 2 minus 2 root 6 upon, in the denominator the square of 2 root 6, square of 2 is 4 and the square root of 6 is 6. So 4 into 6 becomes 24 minus, that is 2 root 2, so square root of 2 is 4 and square root of root 2 is 2, so 4 into 2, that is 8. So in the numerator we have the same thing, 6 root 2 minus 2 root 6 upon, in the denominator we have this is as 16, and we can take out 2 common from the numerator and then we can cancel with the denominator, and finally we get 3 root 2 minus root 6 upon 8. So this is the answer for the third part of the first question of exercise 8.2. Let's see the next part now. Now in the fourth part it is given sin 30 plus tan 45 minus cosec 60 divided by secant 30 plus cos 60 plus cot 45. So again what we have to do, we just put the values for all and then simplify. So substituting the value for sin 30 is 1 by 2, tan 45 is 1, cosec 60 is 2 by root 3, and then I put a divide sign because this is in division. Again I have some things which are in fractions in the numerator also in denominator. So to avoid the confusion I have written this way. Now in the denominator this is secant 30 root 2 by root 3, cos 60 is 1 by 2, cot 45 is 1. Just simplify them. This 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes 3 by 2. Here also 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes 3 by 2. We simplify these two and we get this thing 3 root 3 minus 4 after taking the LCM upon 2 root 3, and then we on this side also I have taken the LCM, and from division it becomes multiplication, so there is a reciprocal. So this is 2 root 3 upon 3 root 3 plus 4. This 2 root 3 and 2 root 3 cancel out. So what I am left with is 3 root 3 minus 4 upon 3 root 3 plus 4, and then we rationalize it by multiplying by the conjugate of the denominator, that is 3 root 3 minus 4 in the numerator also and denominator also. So we get this thing 3 root 3 minus 4 whole square upon, in the denominator we will have the identity of a square minus b square. Simplifying complete, we get the value 43 minus 24 root 3 upon 11. Right? And same way we have the fifth question, it's quite simple. 5 cos square 60 plus 4 secant square 30 minus tan square 45 divided by secant sin square 30 plus cos square 30. So we just put the values, cos 60 is 1 by 2 square of 1 by 2, then plus 4 into 2 by root 3, the square of 2 by root 3 minus 1 whole square, and then we have it divide again the division side. So that is 1 by 2 whole square plus root 3 by 2 whole square, right? Simplifying again whole thing, and finally we get the answer as 67 upon 12. If you find some difficulty, you can just rewind the video and watch or read the solution once again, right? So the second question of this exercise is basically an MCQ type that can be done by yourself. Let's go to the third question of this exercise. That will, I think, conclude the exercise for this question. Now in the third question, what is given to us? The value of tan A plus B and tan A minus B is given. And what we have to find? We have to find the values of angles A and B. Quite simple. This is what is given to us. So we know from the values of the angle that the value of tan is root 3 at angle 60 degree. This means from the first one I can write this thing as tan A plus B is equal to tan 60, which gives me, since the ratio is same, since both sides we have tan, so obviously the angles will also be equal. So I get that A plus B is equal to 60 degree. Let me put this as equation number 1. Then from here I get tan of A minus B equals to tan 30. So from here I get A minus B equals to 30 degree. Right. So when I simplify these two equations by adding and subtracting anyway, I get that angle A is 45 degree and angle B is equal to 15 degree. Right. So this was the third question. The fourth question is obviously a true-false question. Quite simple. Now we see the first one, the fourth question, first part. It's given sin A plus B is equal to sin A plus sin B. We need to tell it true or false. Obviously it's false, and we have to justify also. How we can justify it? Quite simple. This is a false statement. Right? Why this is a false statement? Let's take an example. If suppose I take angle A equals to this and B equals to, I take it as 30 degree. Now the LHS becomes basically sin 90 and the value is 1. But on the RHS, that is the right hand side, what I have sin 60 plus sin 30. Now sin 60 is root 3 by 2 and sin 30 is 1 by 2. Now what I get here? If I add these two, I'll get root 3 plus 1 upon 2. And this thing is not equal to 1. Right, so this is the reason why this statement is false. Now let's say, second part, let's say the value of sin theta increases as theta increases. We have to tell if this is true or false. Now we say this statement is true. Value of sin theta increases as theta increases. So we say true statement. Right? Why true? If you remember in the beginning of the lecture we have discussed the values for the sine for the different angles. Sin 0 is 0, sin 30 is 1 by 2, sin 45 is 1 by root 2, sin 60 is root 3 by 2, and sin 90 is 1. So from 0 the value goes to 1, and from as the angle increases the value of sine also increases. So that is why this statement is true. Now we talk about the third statement. In the third statement, the third part, they say, now the third statement, value of cos theta increases as theta increases, is a false statement. Why? Because we know, and again in the beginning of the lecture we discussed about the values of cos for the different angles. So cos 0 is 1 and cos 90 is 0, and so it shows that the value of cos is decreases from 1 to 0. So that is why this is a false statement. Now let's go to the fourth part. Now the fourth part says sin theta is equal to cos theta for all values of theta. Again, it's a false statement. Why false statement? Sin 0 is 1 is not equal to cos 0, which is sorry, sine 0 degree is 0, which is not equal to cos 0 degree, which is 1. So this value is only true when theta is 45 degree, because sine 45 and cos 45 both are 1 by root 2. And finally, the last part of this exercise, the fifth part is given. Cot A is not defined for A equals to 0. So we say we have the value of cot A. Cot A is not defined when A is equal to 0. So this is true. It's a true statement. Why it's a true statement? We know that cot is cos upon sine, right? Cot is cos upon sine. So if I say cot 0, cot 0 is cos 0 upon sine 0, so that is 1 by 0, and which is not defined, right, dear friends? So this was all about the T ratios for some specific angles and the solutions of some questions from exercise 8.2. Whatever the questions are left, you try it yourself. If you find some difficulty, just write in the comment section. So this is all from my side. Hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.